What's up everybody, it's Johnbonne here. I hope you're all having a pleasant time. Just want to give you guys a quick update as to what's going on in Green Teeth Productions and hopefully tell you guys why there hasn't been much content recently. So in terms of me, everything's been going fine. Family, finance and work are the usual suspects when it comes to not being able to deliver content. But really just been, not even a lack of energy. It's really because, I put the blame on getting a new PC basically. I decided to get one at long last and I've been catching up on a game that I've been meaning to all these years. Total War Warhammer. I put approximately 130 hours into that game from the original 20 that I had on my old PC. I had to basically auto-resolve every single fight that I got into. I was more into the city management than battle stuff anyway. I was thinking of reviewing it. I bought a few DLC to try and cover. But I realised no one would be interested in thoughts from someone who was playing the game on very easy mode. Because I'm still very new and still very bad at these games, so yeah, I didn't really want to be putting things out there, because I think as well the Total War community, they're a lot more experienced and they have a much greater idea of what to expect. I couldn't begin to do the DLC justice, so I didn't bother with that. So I decided to review a platform game DLC because that's what I know. And by the time I actually got around to reviewing that, there's another DLC that released, which I have bought and I'm looking at reviewing that as well, but I don't want to overwhelm myself because I've got way too much stuff to review. It's never a lack of games that's ever the problem. I've got hundreds of games on Steam. I've got a massive backlog to get through. I had a list of games, but I think while moving stuff from the old PC to the new one, I failed to actually get that list, so I'm going to have to go through my Steam library and have a look through all those games again. And all the DLC as well. Yeah, I've got a real buzz for downloadable list content, so I expect to see a few more episodes of those in general over the coming year or years. I don't know how long this channel's going to be up, but you know, I'd like to be able to produce more content like that. Yeah. But yeah, over these past few months have not been totally pointless though. I have been thinking about what I want to do with the channel, and I'm starting to realise how much more motivated I am by views and subscribers and things like that. And I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, have come to YouTube and said we're not motivated by those things, but actually I am. I think everyone's motivated by views. If you're not motivated by views, why would you comment? Why would you, you know, put a video up on, you know, and it's not unlisted? You know, how much you're motivated by views is a different matter entirely. And originally I wasn't all that motivated, but now I'm starting to realise I would like to see bigger numbers. I would like to see, you know, 10,000 subscribers. I would like to be able to get more comments. And I think the solution to that is actually fostering a community, which I failed to do. Essentially, like, I've always reviewed different genres of game. My channel is widely inconsistent with the kind of content I cover because I'm constantly trying to make sure that people aren't bored. So it's like, I'm always thinking, it's about time I did a review of this game, it's about time I reviewed something like this, it's about time I talked about this, oh, my viewers have got 3 reviews of this already, I better stop. You know, rather than thinking about what I want to do. And I think, you know, I've got a lot of people subscribing for single videos and then being disappointed that there's no more videos of that type. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to make it abundantly clear to people with the revival of Johnbonne reviews, because I think Misadventures is done. Misadventures of Johnbonne's done for now. There were only 2 videos. They weren't my best. And there haven't been many videos since then. There haven't been any videos since then, so I think going back to Johnbonne reviews and just pretending the Misadventures never happened, I guess they really were misadventures, and we can continue with JBR. Only this time I would like to focus more on my kart races. Kart racing has been a genre that I've thoroughly enjoyed. It's the one genre I can immediately get into. I know immediately if I'm going to like it, if I'm not going to like it, if I'm going to dislike it, if I can review it, or if it's just not worth my time or anything like that. And I think that's a genre that really works for me. Sorry, I'm windows there, I'm glancing, there's things going on outside. My attention span's really boring, I'm sorry. Yes, I'd like to focus more on kart races. It's a genre that I enjoy talking about, and I would like to avoid everything I did at my Obliteraces review, which was pretty poor. Sorry, I keep losing my train of thought. Yeah, I thought my Blizzard Racers review was pretty poor, and it was a very general overview of the game, and I want to avoid doing that. Whenever I make a video, I always like to think that I'm adding something new to the discussion, or bringing up points people hadn't considered. And with kart racing, I love talking about kart races, and I think I could, talk in greater detail. But one of the most common things I see, because there's been quite a few of them been announced recently, with the Karters, I think Renzo Racers leaving early access. There's been quite a few others that have gone unknown as well. I think a lot, Team Sonic Racing as well. That's releasing later this year. I'm really looking forward to that one as well. But yeah, a lot of people just say it's just a knockoff of Mario Kart, and I think that's so creatively and critically bankrupt. And I'm like, no, I've got to correct these people as to why it's not just the Mario Kart ripoff, or why it's better than this installment of Mario Kart, but not this one. So I'd like to do more things like that. I don't want to come across as pretentious when I do that. I don't want to come off as like a sort of sort of self-titled connoisseur of this genre or anything like that. But yeah, I'd like to be able to sort of express more knowledge about them and look at the history of kart races and the evolution of them, and basically recommending them, because I think there's a lot of demand for them. I think I've seen that with the Karters on Steam. The community has grown massively, and I can't believe how many people really want to see this game, and I think there's a great many people out there like me who want to see these kart races come back. So yeah, I'd like to review more of those. As for the Warhammer games, of course, I want to continue with Commissars Johnbonne, but that's going to be sort of infrequent, and I want to cover the more obscure games. Like, for example, like the Horus Heresy Betrayal at Calth, that's still in early access, I think. There's another one that's in early access, Adaptus Titanicus Dominus, I think it's called. So yeah, so I'll be looking at that when it releases, if it releases rather. It is early access after all. But yeah, I like to do that, as well as more retrospective reviews as well. I thoroughly enjoyed the reception that I got for the Zap review. So I'd like to cover more British comedies, not just bottom. I would like to cover shows such as The Thin Blue Line. I would like to cover, Open All Hours, maybe Only Fools and Horses, although that'd be a massive video, maybe in several parts, I don't know. Filthy Rich and Catflap, The Dangerous Brothers. I will still do some Rick Mail comedies, I'm sure. So yeah, so I'd like to cover all these different things as well. But let's worry about that in the future. I really just want to focus on my kart racers. They will have priority over other games, unless the game is so standout that I really want to talk about it or whatever. So yeah, these kart racer reviews aren't going to replace sort of RPG reviews and adventure game reviews, RTS reviews, etc. I will still be reviewing those games, just probably less frequently, and I think I want to embrace the kart racing rather than just try to admit that, okay, yeah, I am a fan, but it doesn't take any more precedence over any other games. So yeah, subscribe to this channel if you're a kart racing fan. Otherwise, well, I mean, I'm not going to stop you if you want to unsubscribe, that's totally fine. So yeah, oh, and downloadable disc content, of course, that's where you'll see the most variety in genres. As I say, I've got a ton of DLC that I want to cover, as well as on different consoles as well. So yeah, I've got plenty of stuff coming for that. I just need to actually get my arse in gear, record it, write it. But yeah, I've got plenty of DLC to cover, so that's where you see the most variety of genres, and but you'll still see those in JBL. I'm sorry, I'm blathering. So yeah, I'm going to call it quits there before I fuck this up any further. There is one last thing I would like to talk about, and that is a podcast, sort of podcast video game commentary style thing I plan on doing with a mate called Richard. Unfortunately, we are looking for a name. We haven't got any clues whatsoever. We've been working at this for a few months now, and I don't know how where to begin with it. I don't know how it's going to look. I don't know how many games we're doing per episode, per video, if we're playing the game through to completion, what kind of commentary we'll be having. But if you guys have got any ideas for names, go ahead and tell us. Yes, you guys know my name's John, his name is Richard, yeah, we'll just be doing video game commentary. So I just call it John and Richard do video game commentaries, but I don't think that really rolls off the tongue so well. It's not as witty as Let's Drown Out, for example. So yeah, we'll see. I know maybe we'll just put a pilot episode up one day, and we'll just let the names roll in. It won't be on this channel, by the way. It'll be on another one that either myself or he'll be making. I think it'll be on his channel. but I need to get all the details. It's really poorly planned out on my part, so yeah. I just thought I'd throw that in there. So yeah, thank you ever so much for your patience, thank you ever so much for watching. I apologise that I haven't been making much content recently, but I am glad that I have actually been a bit more constructive at this time and thinking about the direction that I want to take it. The channel, I mean. Yeah, maybe I'll have some more videos out shortly. I very much like that. So yeah, thank you ever so much for watching, and have yourselves a pleasant time now. Ta for now.